Hey guys, welcome to the first Metal Mack Kickstarter update. I'm Corey, the creator and artist of Metal Mack, and with me is Chris, the lead programmer.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this update video.
First of all, thanks to all you backers, the Metal Mack campaign reached its funding goal very early, and we achieved a good number of stretch goals before the 30 days were finished.
Yeah, we knew that December wasn't the best time of year to launch a campaign, but considering that, we did really well. And now we're back from our winter vacation and are back into full swing production on Metal Mack.
For those who may have missed the campaign, which ended in the late December, you can still back Metal Mack on Kickstarter now as a late pledge. Our goal with late pledges is to still maintain progress on the stretch goals that remain. We're not sure when we may end the late pledges though.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll make all the stretch goals first.
Yes, so if you haven't backed, go check out the page, and we should have links provided below. Speaking of the stretch goals, the descriptions on the campaign were brief, so we'd like to explain those in more detail to all of you backers who may be curious about them. So let's pull up the list and we'll talk about it.
Okay, our first stretch goal was the extended soundtrack by Chris Hulsbeck and Alistair Brimble.
Yeah, for those who've visited the Kickstarter page, you can listen to clips of their music on the page at the bottom. And for those who've seen our other game, Damon Claw, Alistair Brimble created the score for it.
I knew about Alistair going all the way back to C64, and for Hulsbeck, I was blown away by the Turrican music on Amiga. Having these guys do the music for a game I'm working on is really exciting for me.
Yeah, we reached out to Chris and Alistair early on, and they both expressed interest for making music for the game, sort of at the same time. So, being big fans of both, we asked them if they would like working together on the soundtrack, and they agreed.
I don't know if that's ever happened before. They've both done the music for many games in the past, but I doubt they've worked together on the same game.
With the stretch goal reached, we now have the funding to give Metal Mack all the music we originally imagined it should have. So, what was the next stretch goal?
Stretch goal 2 was Schmup Arcade Mode, which is based on the shoot-'em-up segments of Metal Mack.
Yeah, the Schmup challenges are a smaller part of the game overall. We liked the idea of giving it a dedicated mode of play because we liked the Rusty dog so much. We didn't want to interrupt the normal game so much with the Schmup portions because that can get annoying to players sometimes. So they're going to be sprinkled throughout the game, but since that's the case, we kind of liked the idea of, hey, what if we took that and branched it out into its own experience and make it its own mode, and that way if we had ideas of extending it some for Schmup that we maybe didn't want to put in the main game to take up too much time, we could actually add that content to the full Schmup mode.
Yeah, and I've been a fan of Schmup games for many years, and I'm sure I'll enjoy playing the Schmup mode myself.
Yeah, I think it'll be a blast.
So stretch goal 3 was boss fights mode, which will let you fight the bosses without having to complete their levels first.
Yeah, for those who are familiar with Damon Claw, there is a boss rush mode in Damon Claw, which we thought we would change the name a little bit because in boss rush, you challenge each boss in a sequence through the game, just kind of straightforward, but Metal Mack has a different sort of structure to it than Damon Claw. So we kind of like the idea of want to flesh it out into something a little more than just one boss at a time. Like maybe there will be some choice the player can make to progress through the bosses, maybe in an order they want to.
Yeah, I think boss fights mode is another mode I'd certainly play from time to time, and it could be really exciting for speedrunning type people who want to see if they can beat all the bosses without being hit, or like compete for how quickly they can defeat all the bosses, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and our next stretch goal was the Kickstarter exclusive cards.
Yes, there are collectible trading cards in the campaign, either as add-ons or in some of the deluxe editions, but as one of the stretch goals, we're adding 2 additional cards. Now, there was an example card there. Obviously, all this is going to be developed further, and those were artist renditions, but I want to make each card focused on a character of the game or maybe the bosses. And I do like the idea. They'll be a little different from Damon Claw's cards, which tied into a popular, card game. Instead of doing that this time, I do like the idea of tying them into Metal Mack itself. Like there may be some other things on the card that, I don't know, maybe give you hints about the game or something like that.
Sounds cool. Corey, can you tell me a bit more about the additional card?
Yes, we decided that for those who backed within the 30-day period, you will also get an additional exclusive card as well. So anyone who backed within the 30 days and got a deluxe edition will actually get a total of 9 cards.
Wow. The next stretch goal, which might be extra exciting to a lot of the people that plan on playing the game, is the alternate hero.
Long ago, I loved the idea of having more than one hero in the game. We decided to add it as a stretch goal because we feel like while Mack is a great parody of a particular popular protagonist, we like the idea of a different playing hero that you could play the game with. So maybe someone that's a little more agile, can jump a little differently, has a little bit different movement and weaponry to them, or attacks. So yeah, we're excited to do that. When we wanted to make that decision early anyways, because it can affect the level design and everything. But I think one alternate hero would be really great for those, for anybody that thinks maybe Mack was, we got a lot of comments about he looks kind of slow and clunky, he's not the most fit android protagonist. Mack is actually a little more like a tank, while the other hero can be a little more fast and swift. So that's our plan. I don't want to reveal too much right now because I'm still working out the visual design, and we haven't gotten too full into the game mechanic design yet.
Yeah, and one of the great things about Damon Claw was the second character plays a lot different from the main character that's in all versions of the game. So the replayability goes way up when you have that very different playable style.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we like the idea of emphasizing the replayability factor of the game, for sure.
Our next stretch goal we achieved was New Game Plus, which will let you play the game through again from the beginning, but keeping many of the weapons and power-ups that you've got along the way. And in that new playthrough, you should see a few little new different things to keep it interesting.
Yeah, and with the strategy magazine, there's going to be like sort of a passcode or cheat code system, which, you can imagine inputting a series of, icons or whatever for your cheat or password. So, there may be a way to access New Game Plus like that.
Yeah, I know we've thrown some pretty wild ideas back and forth. Like, imagine if you enter a cheat code and this wild or wacky thing happens in the game, but you have to draw the line somewhere.
And basically, Metal Mack lends itself well to goofy gags and stuff like that, but we'll see what all we plan on doing. Also, some of it needs to be a surprise as well, so we may not reveal too much about that.
Right, even with the magazine that has codes in it and other strategies and so on, there'll still be some cheat codes that won't get revealed. There's got to be at least a few for the people to find on their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the next stretch goal is the stretch goal we haven't quite reached yet, and that's tag team mode, which will allow you to switch back and forth between Mack and the alternate hero.
Yes, the concept is very similar to Damon Claw. For those familiar with the game, this is a mode that can be played one player or two player. Like you can play it by yourself with two heroes and switch between them, or you can set it up to use the second controller and play with a friend. So it's doubles as a co-op mode as well. All right, so now let's talk about the current progress on the game itself.
At the start of our Kickstarter campaign, Metal Mack existed as a collection of prototype maps and level designs. And then during the campaign, we focused on a Neo Geo enhanced version of the industrial boss battle, which I think was pretty well received.
Yeah, I think so.
And since the campaign funded, we've prioritized a playable demo for limited release, focusing on that same industrial level that boss is from. And while the maps seen during the campaign were for testing ideas, we're taking those and we're expanding on that and creating the additional content and designs so that they can become the actual levels that you'll play in the game.
And on the art side of things, I've been improving the graphics for the industrial level and been designing some new enemies that we're currently getting into the game. But for now, I can show you a sneak peek of those here. And this art is for Mega Drive right now, just as a disclaimer. But once the level's fully fleshed out, it can be converted to Neo Geo. It's actually better to design it that way because when you upgrade and enhance the graphics, it usually turns out better, as we've mentioned before on the channel about previous projects like Damon Claw. A lot of it has to do with the map design too. Like you kind of want a lot of your map designed with the tile set you made for Mega Drive, and then you have the right layouts and stuff to convert. You can actually enhance quite a lot of the level. And that should be it for this update video. But if you haven't checked out the campaign yet, please do so. The links are in the description, and you can get the game now. You can still back it. Also, check out our other game, Damon Claw. You can get the Mega Drive version, which is completed now from NeoFid's website store, and you can pre-order the Neo Geo version off Pixel Heart's website. And you can also get the Steam Early Access version of the game now. So check all that out and stay tuned for a Damon Claw update in a couple of weeks. And again, thanks so much for all of your support. Stay tuned. If you enjoy our content and want to keep up to date on our games, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you want to support our projects, consider becoming a patron. The link's in the description, and we'll see you soon.